Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up at FrenchieStamps.com in the United States. Today I'm going to share with you how to do this little mouse, singing mouse. I got these swap here and I did one on Facebook way before Christmas. It was different print. If I can transfer it, I will do it at the end of this video. If not, you can log on my blog. Right below you get the direct link and I will have the link there. So this one here, it is the size gonna fit in a regular size envelope. See? It fit perfect in a regular size envelope. So let me share with you. You just have to go cockeye a little bit, and voila, it fit perfectly in a regular size envelope. Now I did one also not long ago. It was like the week before Christmas or so on, and see, it popped right back up. It was the bigger one. This one you're going to need a different size envelope. I had envelope here that measure, is it 5.5? Yeah, 5 3/4 really by 8.5. It's invitation. I got them on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. Well, this is the bigger one, and this one I wanted to do for table setting and put their name there. You could always mail them, absolutely. I finished the inside if you want to mail them. It's just that because they're bigger, it's going to have to go in a bigger envelope. I will have the measurement on this. So this here, it's 4 by 8, and the one we're going to do today, it is 3.5 by 3.5 by 7. So, and also the oval I use the third one, and today we're using the first and second of the smallest one. So I will have all measurement on my blog. This was the sprig punch. I will have the supplies on that. Even if it's done Christmas, I will have the supplies and so on. So first thing you want to do is, I'm using smoky slate here, and I cut a piece of cardstock that measured 3.5 by 7. At the top, the 7 at the top here, you want to put that at 3.5, and then you're going to score. You're going to take this, turn it sideways where your score is. You're going to put the edge right there where you score and your point. And then you're going to score diagonal. And you're going to do that on both sides. So take this, lift it up, and go the other way and do the same thing. One thing that I forgot, we're going to do it, no problem. It's take a piece of white cardstock for the inside, and that's going to measure just a little bit off than the 3.5. So really it's 3/7/8. I'm going to do 3/7/8. No. Sorry, let's back up the bus here. We're going to go at, instead of 3.5, we're going to go at, 3 and 3/8. 3 and 3/8. 3 and 3/8 and 3 and 3/8. Now you're going to take this, put your point and your point in the groove where the track is, and you're going to cut this into, this is going to be our inside here, okay? Now for the extra piece in the front, this is 3.5 by 3.5, and when I say 3.5, I went like just above the line of the 3.5. You just want one little digit smaller, one little whatever hair smaller. So you're going to cut a square, and you're going to score this diagonal, not cut. You're going to score, so the light blade score, and you're going to score this. After I was done scoring, I embossed them with the subtle, here it is, the subtle embossing folder. You gotta kind of lose your score. You can rescore it if you want, or you still can guess about where it is. I just wanted something a little bit more with texture there. So we're gonna fold this in two here. Reinforce this. Now this is the card base itself. Gonna reinforce this. And then over here. Make sure it's straight. Et voila. Now inside, and I'm using pretty much Tombow glue for everything. Well, we have to reinforce our center too. For the inside, or all of it pretty much, I am using Tombow glue. And the reason why I like liquid glue for this, it's if you're not just right at the first time, you can move it. Oh, I got some on the side there. You can move it. If you use like tape and so on, then it's kind of hard to slide it. So this here, and it's very challenge here with the camera right on top of my eyes. So I'm going to put the other piece right there. So if you don't have the camera inside your face there, that's going to be a little bit easier. Here, voila. Now, because I got the glue there, really when it dried, though, it would be easier to do this. Here we go. And so now we pretty much have the body. I'm going to take basic black, and the front of it's here. Usually this would be the back, but for this one, this is going to be my front. I like to have, sometimes it's one side closed better than the other. So I'm going to take both points here, and I'm going to add a little bit of black for the feet. So the first two little points there, add a little bit of black for the feet. And voila. So now you get the feet. I'm using the very tiny Velcro. I will have the link on my blog. The side that it's stiff, you want that at the top, and the soft at the bottom. It's easier to pull. So the stiff at the top. So I'm going to put that right at the corner here. Let me okay, right at the point here. And we're going to bring that right here and squeeze that together. And these Velcro are very, very thin. See, you barely see it. While if you get bigger Velcro, you see the gap. So that's the beauty of the thin Velcro, and I will have the link on my blog. Now for the mouse itself, I'm having the two circle in the gray. And like I said, from the layering circle, I'm using the two smallest one for this. So the number 2 from the smallest, it's in the gray. The smallest one, it's in the black. I use smoky slate, and I punch all, not punch, I mean sponge all around. I use my 1/2-inch circle for the ears, and I cut or punch 2 of them for the ears. And again, I'm using the smoky slate and go around the circle. Just sponge around. First I did gray and tried to put pink in the middle, and this was the easiest way. Voila. Now for the little nose, I use just a regular punch. Old punch, like for paper. That's what I use for the little nose. For the mouth, though, I couldn't find any punch that was working for me. So what I done, I used my scissors, go down, and I kind of did a teardrop. So just move your paper, et voila. So I just eyeball this. So this one really, it's eyeball. Let me move. Here we go. So now I got his little tongue here. Not big at all. So now we got all the piece to assemble it. I'm gonna, so the side that it's punched, gonna go in the front or the back, not in the center of the sandwich. So we're making a sandwich here. So we're gonna put this here, and this is the glue. Now I'm gonna use my big round ears, one at the corner there, not the corner, but the top. Just leave a little gap, not much of a big gap for his ear, in between his ears. Okay, voila. That look about right. We can turn the back. That look pretty good. Now I'm going to add a little bit more glue right here in the top of the ears. You don't want to go past the ears though. Maybe I went a little bit too much there. And we're going to put the other circle at the top. Not circle, it's an oval. Et voila. Give a good press on that so it bonds together. Now for the black, like I said, this is the smallest in the layering oval. It is the smallest of the ovals. We're going to put that right here. Now for the tongue, let me make sure okay. For the tongue, I'm just gonna do a little bit of the adhesive in the back here. Nope, that's too much. Here we go. And where is my, I like to use the poker for this, and put that in the back here. Well, maybe not. Here we go. Put that right at the bottom. Now that I got glue on my hands. Now for the nose and the teeth. We didn't do the teeth yet. Well, the teeth, what I done, I just use a piece. Well, this piece, it's okay. Just eyeball it again. I use a tiny little piece of white. Oh, excuse me, that is my belly grumbling. Do a little snip and snip here. Now I got those two little buck teeth there. Here we go. So it's just, here we go. Now I got his little teeth. We're going to put just a little dots of glue there. I'm putting the teeth first. So you get his mouth wide open. He's singing. And then we're gonna, here we go. That's going to be much easier. Another little glue of dot there. And put the little circle here. Make sure it bond together there. So now the face is done. Now let's put that together. So for this to stay up, because see it's go sideways, I want it to stand up correctly. I'm using the other piece there, and it's going to go in the back. So it's going to go back here. So we're going to mount that together here. Really, I wanted this to be the front though. Wait a minute, we're going to figure it out. If we have to change the legs, that's no biggie. So I'm going to put that about 3/4 here. Put the glue. Take this. So you could always have it just like this and it would stand like that, like he's bending back. But I want it to stand straight up. I'm going to put that right here. Okay, that looked pretty good. Now I'm going to open it up. Put that right here. Make sure this go above. It go below the score, just barely below the score. Let's bound that together. I'm going to put a little bit here, a little bit there. And I just want to have this that it's really bonded together. And it's because I use the subtle embossing folder, you have to give a little bit more press. Okay, this is glue on my spit. Now I don't know. Here we go. It was glue. Okay, so now we're going to take this, reinforce our score, because now it's like those double layers. You want to reinforce this. Let's close this. Okay, this is going to be my front here. And the reason why this is going to be my front is because, see, when I turn it this way, I get a little bit of a gap there, and I don't want that. So that's an easy fix. If you already just add more black at the bottom here. Here we go. Now to add the face, so you don't want it to pass your envelope. So bring an envelope here. And what I done, I fold this in two. And I put that there. And I said, okay, it cannot go more than that about. So I look, and I just make myself a little mark about where I want it to go on the side. That was instead of measuring and so on. Now bring that here. This is going to be my front. I'm going to put my glue here. Don't want any on the side there. Take my, and then I know my little thing, it's there, so I don't want it to pass that. Here we go. So I got a pink something. Here we go. So now let's open this back. See, it's sideways, but that's how it have to be. Okay, so that is done. Now for the next part, to all the singing, I think they're singing, right? I'm going to take, this is the heart from the Stitch Be Mine hearts. It's this one here. The width of it, if I measure there to there, it's about 2.5, 2 5/8. If I put it right at the point to the end, about, 1 5/8. 1.5, 1 5/8. Now, to make it so it's gonna fold lovely, I put right the center of the heart in the groove and also at the bottom. And then score. Now you get the score. If you don't score it, it just won't crackle. So now we got that. I use the label, the classic label punch. Oof, I am sorry. I dropped you down. Here we go. I use the classic label punch here. And I cut that in basic gray. So let me bring not basic gray, it's smoky gray, sorry. Like this. And then what I've done, it's cut this in half. I'd rather have my long scissors for this. Cut this right in half, because it's tiny. The other one I used the full thing. This one I cut it in half. I just bend right there. Bend one, so it's about a 1/4 inch. Going to put this here and bend the other one, so it's about the same distance. And then at the bottom, you're going to do the same thing. First, let's back up the bus. Let's put this together here, and you can do that together. You know what? After I done one, I did another way. It was easier. Let me do this here. It's going to be easier. Okay. So you punch your classic label, fold it in two. Reinforce that in the center. At the top, just bend this about a 1/4 inch. Now reverse this, et voila. So now we get the right proportion. It's equally. Now cut this in the center. Okay, and cut this in the center. You can always sponge with your smoky slate. You can sponge this. Then I have to turn it around, so it's going to be the same way. And then what I done, I took this here, use a glue dot, and the glue dot's going to be bigger, so I just crunch the glue dot in the back. Put this here about a finger from the top of my heart. We're going to do the same thing with the other one. You want the point to go in the same direction. So put the glue there. put the glue. Oh, remember, fold your glue dot. And if you open that up, you can about align this. It's about the same distance. Okay, now the arm, that's the elbow, fold in and fold in. Now these little piece here, that's going to be inside. So put a glue dot here. And again, fold this in two. I mean, not in two, but you fold the glue dot so it's not coming on the side, and keep everything shut together. Oh, my glue dot needed to be on the outside. I should have known better. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, glue dot and a glue dot. Okay, now you know what not to do. The glue dot need to go on the outside. Here it's the inside, and here's going to be on the outside because it's fold down. On the outside, fold it under. On the outside, fold it. When I say fold it under, it's just that you don't want to show the glue dot at all. Now this is going to get fold, and this is going to get fold. This. Okay, now fold this. Where's your elbows are? And where's your elbows are. So now it should look this way. See? Okay. Voila. Right at the edge of your heart. You're going to take this flat like this so the elbow are out. You're going to put that right below the tongue. Oh, that was not the side that opened. Here we go. Going to take this flat, put that right, the groove of the heart right by the tongue. You don't want it to get stuck on your fingers there. Here we go. So now that's going to allow it to go flat in an envelope. Close this, and voila. See, did you hear the click? You want to make sure you don't have no glue showing. If you do have a little bit of glue showing, voila, you can take your embossing buddy, and that's going to stop the sticky. Et voila, my friend. So now you get your little mouse. Again, all the measurement going to be on my blog. And I'm sure you learned from my mistake. And you see it's very lovely finish. You open it up here. Whoops. And you can write your message inside. And you close it again. Right here. Et voila. So now you get the two little mouse. And I'm going to have the little reindeer or whatever you call them. That could be a mouse too. See the difference inside? I will have the measurement on this one. It's the 4 by 8, and this one it's the 3.5 by a 7 that fit in a regular envelope. Thank you so much for watching, and again, for all your supplies to make this, it's going to be listed on my blog, and all in the US can shop 24/7. Have a lovely day, my friend. Till next time, happy stamping.